What is going on, my friends? Today we're featuring a single dive spot. It's something that Aiden had found a couple of weeks ago on a run and read. I believe they dropped some lines on it, got broken off. It didn't have a big show as far as structure goes, but in the area that we dive out of Inglewood, Fort Myers area, all these spots are just small little Swiss cheese caves in the middle of sand. So Aiden runs over this spot, gets broken off a couple of times a couple of weeks prior. He wants to check it out. So he doesn't think it's a big enough spot for two guys to drop on. So it's just a one guy scout. Aiden was up, so he goes and drops on it. All right, so this is Aiden's run and read spot. The feature of this video, met in the water column by some nice mangrove snappers. And as he gets down a little farther, he runs into these nice black groupers. It looks to me like there could be 3 at that point. That might be a little scamp down at the bottom, but nice big scamp, actually. As soon as he gets down, he hesitates a little bit, and both of those blacks just immediately rock up. Keep in mind that Aiden is at 200 feet right here, so not a lot of time. And you see how small that little spot is holding those big fish. So he takes a shot. At the time, he thinks that he hits one of them, and really he just ended up grazing it. And then he does put a shaft in the side of the second fish right there. And as soon as he does, the fish just immediately dusts up the place. Pulls back a little bit, tries to let that silt out, kind of settle. Not too much time. There's a lot of nice American reds down there too, mixed in with the mangrove snappers. A lot of good trigger fish as well. Aiden having a little bit of problem here, and that silt out, between the silt out and the 200 feet deep, I think this is pretty much where Aiden starts to get narked. This is where Aiden debuts his brand new clip that I'd got him earlier in the week. And as you see, that's how he clipped off and marked that spot. For when I back dove it, you look down there, you see all the American reds and the mangroves, snappers just hanging out. Anytime that there's a lot of commotion or action going on, it's always going to bring more fish, and there's tons of nice trigger fish. So this is where Aiden gets narked. He actually unloaded his gun and tries to shoot at a fish with an unloaded gun, and the only thing that means is narcosis at this point. Definitely nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to everybody. It happens to people in different depths. But it does happen. Happens to me a lot. Even more experienced divers it happens to. So it's just part of the game. Usually narcosis, you can get rid of it by swimming up in the water column. Usually around 100 feet it'll go back away. But he ends up dropping back down and plugs a nice, great trigger fish. These guys are tricky, man. Look at that nice scamp right there coming out of the hole as he's fighting that trigger.
I shot a 60-pounder and a 50-pounder. Yeah, they're both rocked up. Black, 60 and 50 pounds. No, I marked it. It's tiny. It's like a 10-foot hole. There you
I'm
go.
not sure when this triggerfish grabbed his glove and pulled it off of his hand, but little learned lesson there is always string your triggerfish through the mouth because they will bite you.
You know, I blew through it. Free shafting.
So Aiden comes up, tells us his fish stories,
Yeah, I shot both of
and
them.
at this point it is a recovery mission.
It's really small. Like, they shouldn't be there.
All right, so I'm up. It's a recovery mission. And so I'm dropping by myself. Again, it's a very small little hole. We kind of talked about it. Kent decided he was going to stay up and be the third backup in case I couldn't get the fish out. It's a real good mark. The visibility is pretty good up in the water column, and I can see it immediately as I drop. And if you look, there's another hole up top of the screen right there. A little bit smaller, but kind of one in the same hole, and that's just how this stuff looks out here. Black grouper always, for the most part, stay and try to hide and get rocked up. And these two black groupers were no different. Usually it's one of those deals where you can drop back down and get them. So the one black obviously wasn't hiding all that well, and his back and top of his head was right there in the skylight. So I went ahead and put one in him and stoned him immediately, as you can see. And then the other guy is on the other side of that little ledge. See that nice scamp right there too. Just hanging around. At first, I'm not real sure which fish is shot. I do know that there's two fish up in there. I'm not sure which one's shot. Tried to assess the situation a little bit. I'm up against the clock here, so I went ahead and reached down and pulled out the one black and got him out of the hole and out of the way. And I was out of time, and so up the water column I had to go. Nice 60-pound black grouper.
The one that your shaft was stuck in is still down there. But I don't know if he's still in the cave or if he swum out because he was still alive.
This one, yeah.
No.
Yep. I'm going.
All right, so this is dive number 4. Aiden's dad actually dropped right before Aiden did and was not able to retrieve this black. So Aiden heads back down for another dive. Look at those giant American red snappers sitting there. Just a little tiny small Swiss cheese bottom cave in the middle of sand. Just holds these things. He's looking down in there. The silt has finally subsided, but no black grouper. A little bit strange, but he ends up coming up and turning around. And if you look, there was a gag right there. Right there he is. And he heads straight back to the hole, as black groupers normally do. So Aiden follows him back. pops him. But this guy is just not willing to go without a fight. It's funny, he pulled him out of there and this dude comes back to life. So Aiden wraps his legs around him, riding him like a bull, trying to get him strung up. And this fish is having no part of it. This fish was still fighting him a little bit.
Oh, it's him.
Huh? Oh, so he was the smaller one.
I didn't find the center. Here, hold on.
That's a good eater.
Yeah. There you go.
Right there.
Can I get a ladder?
Oh, yeah. No, just stay down there.
Nice, buddy.
Where was your stringer? Right there?
Right outside the hole.
There you go.
Jesus. Freaking cowboy.
All right.
Bang, look at that stamp.
When we got him.
Killed that great big giant fish.
Here comes his little brother.
Not too old, brother.